I know it's a couple of days late, but had some stuff and I've been a little under the weather, but better, I'm here. No, sorry to inform you, not dead just yet. Anyways, it is that time for an updated 2019 NFL mock draft. Who's excited? Yeah! College football season is over. Yeah! NFL season ended on Sunday night. Shut up, fuck you. Anyways, let's take a look at this mock draft, this bad boy. Yeah! Starting off with number 1. I'm sure I'll change that pick several times. This time, it's a different Williams from Alabama going number 1. That's Quinnen Williams, the defensive tackle from Alabama. Last time, I think it was Jonah Williams. I don't know. God only knows what the Arizona Cardinals are doing right now. I don't even know if the Arizona Cardinals know what the fuck they're doing right now. I'm sure if that went out like that, either Williams from Alabama going number 1, the 49ers would be very happy to sprint up to the podium and probably take Nick Bosa, the defensive end from Ohio State. Give them the edge rusher they feel like they really, really need, and all of a sudden that defensive line could be really, really scary. Leaving the Jets with the ability to take Josh Allen, the edge rusher from Kentucky, who could do a lot of things and take over games. A position that they've really needed for a long time. Where it gets interesting in this mock draft now, a change this time, is pick number 4, and the Oakland Raiders. Mike Mack. Yeah. God only knows. And what you have to look at from a Raiders standpoint is that Derek Carr was signed to a long-term deal. But Derek Carr is signed to a long-term deal for a team that just finished with a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. John Gruden made it this way, where this team is in complete rebuild mode. And if that's the case, fine, so be it. Because the reality is they weren't a championship contender. That doesn't mean you should have any confidence in his ability to execute and build a team, especially a championship-level team. You have no reason to believe that. Look at the massive reaches he had in the first 2 rounds of this past draft. There's no reason for hope or inspiration feeling that John Gruden is going to all of a sudden figure it out. Now, Mike Mayock, at least from a pure evaluation standpoint, is solid. Interesting to see how he does as a full-blown general manager. Because it's one thing for any of us out there in the Twitter sphere, on YouTube, or on the draft-related websites, or even if you're on the NFL Network. Yeah, you can go on record, and you'll be right and you'll be wrong. But ultimately, if we are right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And sometimes it's better if you are wrong, spectacularly. Because your job's not at stake. When your job is on the line, then the whole decision-making process gets complicated significantly. So in this case, if you've got a relatively new coach, so to speak, in a complete rebuilding mode with a new general manager, why would you not explore taking a young quarterback here? Why wouldn't you? Makes all the sense to me. Because you might be able to find a trade partner for Derek Carr. And it might not give you a huge bounty, but you might get like a 2nd-round pick this year, maybe a 2nd or 3rd-round pick next year. And to me, at this point, if you're the Raiders and you can take a young quarterback in the top 5 and be able to get that rookie salary for the next 5 years and be able to trade that big money quarterback that you're not doing a whole lot with anyways and get a couple of quality day 2 picks out of it, why the fuck wouldn't you do that deal? So to me, Haskins is in play for the Raiders at pick 4. Or if you're insistent on Kyler Murray, I did complete this mock draft before we got the reports of Kyler Murray declaring for the 2019 draft. So that's not factored in here. Number 5, the Bucs. The hiring of Bruce Arians seems like a solid move. The type of guy Jameis Winston needs to be around. For the Bucs, Greedy Williams, a big corner from LSU. Their secondary is boo-boo. You might look and see Denver taking a quarterback at pick 10. Like, you bring in Vic Fangio now, which is a really solid hire. And you've got Gary Kubiak on the offensive side of the ball, so you should be okay there. Like, I like that 1-2 combination and the coaching staff for Denver. Although it's kind of weird, Kubiak being a former head coach for the team, now an offensive coordinator. Kind of weird if that's what they're doing. But Fangio will have that defense just fine, especially with Miller and Chubb. Are you kidding me? Ooh. My goodness. The possibilities there are scary. The Broncos have to find that young quarterback. They have to. That doesn't mean it's Drew Lock. It doesn't mean he has to be the guy. But they need to find that guy in this draft. Just because you blew Paxton Lynch's pick doesn't mean that you ignore getting a young quarterback forever. Again, we've talked about the value of hitting it big with one of these young quarterbacks on a rookie scale contract and the freedom and flexibility it provides you from a salary cap standpoint for the next 4 to 5 years. And when I look at the Washington Redskins, they could be another team that's kind of a dark horse in the quarterback mix here. In this case, it's Daniel Jones from Duke. You look at it, you've got Alex Smith. He's got a big money contract, but he's also coming off of that significant leg injury. And once Alex Smith went down, any semblance the Redskins had of trying to compete or be a playoff team this year went quickly by the wayside. You're not getting it done with Colt McCoy, and you're not getting it done with Mark Sanchez. So you could argue at this very moment the number one team need for the Redskins is a young backup quarterback and a guy that could potentially usurp Alex Smith and become the long-term starter for that team. That, to me, is the number one team need. Even if you say, well, they have needs here, there, and everywhere. If you don't have the quarterback position right, nothing else matters. It just doesn't. So you can look at my mock. All 32 picks are round one in the description box below. I think come next week, because I'm actually on vacation from work all next week, and for some of you, you might take vacations to go on trips, to do all types of things. In this particular case, I largely took vacation for 2 reasons. To rest and to start really in-depth studying on 2019 NFL Draft prospects, because it is that serious. It is that serious. So you'll see another mock draft next week. It might be a 2-round edition, and you're going to see the scouting reports come out very soon. And also for your reference, in the next couple of days, the team-by-team 2018 NFL season recaps are going to begin. How exciting!